What is clairvoyance? That is what we are going to be talking about today. And by the end of this video, you will know if you are clairvoyant or not. Hi, I'm Licia Morelli, and I am the founder of The Nocturne, and you can visit it at fromthenocturne.com. And I am here to talk to you about clairvoyance, how to tap into it, what it is, and how to refine it. Let's get started. There are a lot of different kinds of psychic gifts, but today we're talking about clairvoyance, as well as I'll define clairaudience and clairsentience. So clairvoyance is the psychic gift of sight. It's like seeing a movie in your mind's eye. Clairaudience is the psychic gift of hearing. So you hear things intuitively. You might be hearing a voice, or you might hear a sound that indicates what's next. And then clairsentience is the psychic gift of sensations or emotions felt deeply in your body. Clairvoyance is the ability to see mental images or visions. Like I said before, it's like a movie in your mind's eye. Take a second right now and close your eyes. And when I say the word apple, think to yourself, do I actually see an apple? Do I see it in my mind's eye? If you do, you're a very visual person, which means you are probably clairvoyant. So clairvoyance can reveal future events, important symbols, or insights into your life that you need to be paying attention to. So an example of clairvoyance that I can give you is I was giving a reading to a client, and I immediately saw a heart in front of me. There was a heart, and it was floating in my mind's eye in front of me. And I said to her, so there's a heart in front of me. There's seems to be some sort of love happening, a significant event with love, could be a wedding, could be an anniversary. And she stopped me and she goes, oh, it's my first year anniversary tomorrow. So the way that clairvoyance works is that the images come, but then you need to imagine how to interpret them. So if I see a heart, I know that that means relationship, love, wedding bells, anniversaries, right? If I see an apple, as in my previous example, that generally means knowledge or a teacher or somebody who's really into health, right? So the more you practice your clairvoyance, the more you start to understand the images that come to you, the more that you're going to be able to interpret them as a language. With these symbols of clairvoyance, you need to understand that when you're seeing them, it doesn't have to mean the exact thing that you think it means, right? So an apple isn't always an apple. Like I was saying before, an apple could mean knowledge, or it can mean health, right? A tree doesn't necessarily mean somebody is going to go forest bathing. It might actually mean that they are growing and strengthening depending on the kind of tree. So you're really going to work on, what do I see and what might that mean as I see it? So let's find out if you are in fact clairvoyant. So what I want you to do after you watch this video is I want you to find a quiet space, and I want you just to sit and be still with your breath. So breathing in and out. And then I want you to close your eyes and imagine a TV in front of you. Start with a blank screen, just imagining a TV in front of you with that blank screen. And then I want you to imagine that you've turned it on. Now, once it's turned on, see what images arise on that TV. It could be a person, it could be an event, it could be a symbol. Whatever comes onto that channel, take a minute to kind of observe what sort of objects, images, and things are appearing on the TV. Notice if these are familiar to you, or if you could sort of interpret what they might mean. And if they're entirely new to you, sit with that new symbol and kind of work out if you can figure out what exactly it is or why it would appear to you. And take a few moments to do this. Now, if you're clairvoyant, this will happen seamlessly for you. If you're more clairaudient or clairsentient, you'll want to tune into the clairaudient and clairsentient videos that are going to come out after this video, because you might actually attach more to those types of psychic abilities than the clairvoyance. Something I also want to tell you is that you usually have a dominant skill. So it's either like you're clairvoyant and you see things, and clairsentient and you feel things, and that's like a secondary skill, Or you could be clairaudient and you hear things, and clairvoyant and you see things as a secondary skill, or any number of different mixing and matching of the skills. So just know that there is usually a dominant one and then a secondary one that comes in. Also, if you're a vivid dreamer, this could indicate that you have a strong clairvoyant skill set. So if you dream in color and it's very vivid and you're like living in that dream, that can indicate that you have a strong clairvoyance. So try the TV example. Close your eyes, imagine that TV, see what arises, and that is going to tell you how strong of a clairvoyant skill you have. Even if you're just seeing small images or it's fleeting, that really will indicate that clairvoyance is part of your skill set. Okay, so here are a couple of ways to boost your clairvoyant skills using dreams. So if you, like I said, if you are a dreamer and you have a lot of dreams that are very vivid, this is a great way for you to increase your clairvoyance. The very first thing that you're going to want to do is keep a dream journal next to your bedside table so that when you wake up, because inevitably you will, when you wake up in the middle of the night having had a dream, you can write down some notes about what you saw and what you were dreaming about. And you can also check out what dream symbols mean. So this is like the next part of clairvoyance where you're starting to look at those symbols that come to you and you're starting to understand them by research. So again, if you see an apple, you can look at what the spiritual meaning of apple is online. You can look at all the different ways apples show up in your own life, and then you're going to start to attach meaning to those symbols as they come to you. The dreams are a great way to strengthen and discover your clairvoyance because they are the thinnest veil between us and the other realms, right? So when we are sleeping, that is the thinnest veil for our psychic activity to come to us, right? And so we're getting all kinds of messages and signals and signs during our reading or during our dreams. And so what happens is that's a great way for us to have communication. So what you can also do before you go to bed is you can ask a question. What do I need to know about X? And then keep that dream journal by your side. And when you wake up having had a dream, that is some information that you will need to know about your question. So here's a fun tip that you should know. Our guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, deities, whatever you want to call them, whatever you relate to, they are waiting to help us. So as soon as we start to ask for help, they arrive. So I personally am a Buddhist practitioner, and the other day I said to one of my favorite deities, I was like, look, I had a very frank conversation. I was like, look, here's what's up. Here's what I need to know. And if you need me to do this, and this is the path that I'm supposed to be on, you need to make it easy and you need to make it clear. And I thank you in advance for this. And all of a sudden, there was some things that started to happen that cleared that path, that made it easier, and that moved me forward. So deep gratitude to the deity. But what I want to tell you is the same things are happening here. If you're practicing what it means to be clairvoyant, and you want to learn how to be clairvoyant, you can ask your guides and helpers to help you. The image that I always get is that they're waiting at a bus stop and they're so bored on the bench because that bus isn't coming, and that bus is us asking for help. So as soon as you ask for help, you will notice some momentum that will help you on the path that you are on. All right, so today we learned what clairvoyance is, and that is the psychic ability to see images in your mind's eye, kind of like a movie. We also went over how to practice clairvoyance and ways in which you can strengthen that clairvoyance, and also if you are clairvoyant with the TV exercise. So I invite you to comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaway or revelation was from this video, or if you've had a psychic experience that was clairvoyant before, tell me in the comments. If you have questions, also tell me in the comments. I want you to share your insights and takeaways, because the more we can engage, the more it helps others as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if this was helpful, and I will be coming out with a video about clairaudience and clairsentience so that it's part of this series, so you can know if you're one of those two as well. All right, thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to see you again, and have a great day. I'm Licia Morelli from The Nocturne, from thenocturne.com. Bye.